There are about 50 plus belief systems or religions that exist in the world today. Do we know or understand how the message is being spread for these systems? How are they being preached? Who's preaching them? Maybe the who is not as important as how. Let's dive down and find out if these preaching methods should be revisited or they should be changed completely. Hello again, my lovely Earthlings. Welcome to another episode of Who Are You Talking To? A show where we review the world, current events, and all other subjects in more ways than one. As a reminder, we must critically think about any topic that comes our way. We also have to review them with a global moral set of standards before forming an opinion or judgment. In this episode, we will attempt to understand preaching. Oh, here we go again. I thought this show was not going to be all religious. Can we not focus on the religious aspect of things and just focus on the realistic aspect of things? I don't think it's about being religious at all. It's to understand why preaching is done and how some of us may actually benefit from it. Yeah, but not all preaching is done with the academic sense of things. A lot of times, these preachers, they use fear tactics or they use other means so that the other communities can look bad or they could be looked down upon. Clearly, there's confusion about what the concept of preaching actually is. So my suggestion is that we should try to understand the different factors or different terminologies that help us connect to the word preaching. People can learn in three ways: via preachers, via theology or theologians, and proselytists. Proselytist? Okay. Right, so a preacher delivers sermons, messages, or any kind of communication to a large group of people, while a theologist studies the religion as a subject rather than a spiritual upgrade. I want to go back to this fancy word though. Proselytist, proselytizes, which I'm assuming means forced conversion and somebody who forces people to convert. Yes? No, it's just someone who helps the actual conversion from one thought system or belief system to another. I believe this is where people end up taking dual roles. One of a preacher and another as a proselytist. If someone is preaching an idea, apparently that person is also seen as one of the proselytists. To be fair, most preachers are simply trying to convey the message of truth as they understand it. Plus, a lot of the proselytizing is dependent upon the kind of approach that the preacher has taken. Historically, preachers have always been associated to anything that's related to religions. For example, a pastor or minister in a church, an imam in a mosque, or a pundit in a temple. Religious and most of the belief systems that people have adopted nowadays were preached in the way or in the time when they were released. They were new ideas of conformity as well as unity amongst people. However, as soon as the dust settled of the new introduction of this new idea or religion, new levels of corruption, misalignment of the truth, disregarding the actual global moral standards, and slowly the morality component vanished, and those messages no longer attract the kind of crowd people have always wanted them to. So here's a breakdown, guys. Following old methods of preaching may work on a certain percentage of people, but if the essence of the content, the essence of the message is not true, not global, not moral, then unfortunately, no matter what kind of preaching style one adapts to, that message will never be spread. that message will never be understood. That community will always be misunderstood. So I'm going to ask you now, do you think that there's hypocrisy in the kind of preaching that these belief systems or religions do? Do you have any ideas of how these things can be improved?